On this episode of Comedians in a Comedy Club, answering questions we ask, are people too sensitive?
That's an awkward question, isn't it, with the political correctness thing?
Too sensitive is a tricky one because who are you to judge?
Yes, I think people are too sensitive, but then again, comedians are very insensitive people.
Some people.
Generally, in my personal experience, not really.
I will always argue for the right for a comedian to do a joke about any topic, right? What I don't like is people that get offended on behalf of other people. And you see that a lot in comedy where someone goes, you can't make a joke about them, and you go, you're not one of that minority group or that group, whatever.
Yeah, I think our sensitivity ends up being shaped by experiences, but over the last few, years and decades, especially in comedy, the crowds are getting a bit more sensitive. Like, you watch stuff from the 90s and 80s now, and then people will just be shrieking with fear.
People are sensitive, and sometimes it can be difficult to figure out why. So as a comedian, there are a lot of landmines that you may not be aware of.
I think people in general might be too sensitive. I think the media plays out the sensitivity of a couple small minorities of people who are wanting to shout about things.
And then there'll be outrage in the media sometimes, and really the headline should simply be, comedian made joke, not everyone laughed. That's all.
I think that individuals are quite hardy, and no one is as sensitive as everybody seems to make them out to be.
I think sometimes people can be too sensitive. I think people that overthink things, and often, people say things that they don't necessarily mean to be as harsh as they are. But I definitely think when you're talking about someone else, you should be tactful, because it doesn't matter how it's delivered, it matters how it's received.
And the reason I think people are so sensitive, this might sound crazy, but I think because life's easier, like especially in the kind of people get offended by things, act like, it's a struggle to listen to someone say things that you don't necessarily like.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just that now we have access to each other in a way that we never have had before, and so I think back in the good old days, if someone had something mean to say about you, it would probably be behind your back and you'd never hear about it.
Now, I'm generally in favour of people being a bit kinder, and generally on stage you now can't say things that you might say in your backyard, but people still find that stuff funny.
I think the world of technology today with Facebook, and basically you got the world in your hand. Everyone has a mobile phone, so basically we've given everyone like a device to communicate their thoughts in the world, and because with the internet people network better. I mean, those flat earth people have a freaking page, and of course the world's round and they're fucking idiots, but because we have technology, they have a medium now to discuss stupid things. And when you have a medium where people talk, people who get overly sensitive about things can chat and meet up, and because someone's wearing a red cape and they're like, red capes mean vampires, man, and we're anti-vampire. That's what I mean. So I do think people can get oversensitive, of things.
Do I look fat?